Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Whoa, we went to see the Expendables yesterday. We're having a bit of a cinema fest. Yesterday we went, the day before we went, today we're going, Monday we're going. We're making the most of those cards before all the films turn to absolute rubbish because of the strike. Well, if they do. Expendables was good. I predicted a lot of it. I don't think it was absolutely predictable, though. I'm not sure. I'm always the one that thinks about, oh, that's what this is happening, you know. I'm kind of always that one. And Gary didn't figure those things out, but so I don't know if it's predictable or if it's just me. But it was good. It was good nevertheless. Good fun. And who doesn't love Jason Statham at his best? Having a bit of a laugh. Sounded more like the guy that just died in Emmerdale. The black guy, I can't remember his name. I want to say Otis, but I'm not sure. It probably wasn't. Can't remember now. He wasn't in it for long. But he spoke like that. Sorry about that, guys. I had a strange elderly black man inhabit my body. That's becoming a habit, isn't it? Wasn't elderly last time, though. Do you? No. Let's do the joke of the day, which has absolutely nothing to do with what I've just said. I'll kind of rephrase all that. Why do retirees count pennies? Because they're the only ones who have the time. To have the time. And yet, as we all know, there's no time for anything when you finally do not work anymore. I always fill my time with work, you know, whatever, even though I don't work at a place of work. I work so much on this, it is unreal. You know, I don't just do this, obviously, I do other things, but they're all kind of time consuming. So much so that I haven't done any videos for Rocksteady lately. And I really need to, because I'm with, you know, on that last stretch of watch hours. So, yeah, if there's any of you out there that really have time on your hands or not, just set it in the background somewhere. I would truly appreciate that last push with Rocksteady. I'm on the last 1,000 and I don't know, I've probably got about 800 left to go. So it is elusive that... and I was going to do live streaming, I know, and stuff like that, but when Gary's off, it really does take on another life. And, you know, he always, the other day, right, he said, what if I did this job where I finished at 1? And I'm like, no, I never get any work done. I never would. He doesn't see it, though. He doesn't see that, you know, you need a life. Obviously you do. But he doesn't see that. I only get to do... when he's at work, those are my only days for really getting stuck in. And then when do I get to do or see anyone else? So it's you know, it needs a bit of a balance. And I know I've got the yarn van now, so it doesn't help though when the noise is out there. So it's both places. Never mind. Well, we went out yesterday and we got the stain for the wood, and the way we found to do it was by buying the colour and then having it put in the wood stain, which is blank, you know. And they offer that service at B&Q. So we chose a red one, and it's not a cheap way of doing it by any means. So we bought a tin, and he's done a little practice one coat, and it is very red. So he said it on the tin, it says could take 2 or 3 coats. I said, well, it will darken as you go. So, you know, it's early days, but he started the practice piece. He said, oh, I'll just go straight on. I went, no, you need to do the practice piece. You need to know what to expect. So that's that. He's going to do that, and that's good. So he said, I've got to wait at least 20 minutes before I put another coat on. So he's gone out to the shop for a bit. So when he comes back, no doubt he'll do another little coat, and we'll see. So today we're seeing a film, which is a bit of a charming film, really, and it's about an elderly man who escaped his nursing home and escaped the UK to go to the 70th anniversary of D-Day over in France, and it's a true story. And I'm looking forward to watching it, really. It's going to have a feel-good factor. But it will have lots of flashbacks to the war as well, so it'll kind of be very poignant. And it's got Michael Caine and Glenda Jackson, so 2 real old, brilliant actors. And, yeah, should be fun, should be good. Then Monday, we've booked our tickets to see The Exorcist. Yeah, they were showing the actual Exorcist last night. So if you want, you can watch that. But we would have had to have hung around to 8 o'clock when it started. And we weren't prepared to do that, so... Plus, you know, Gary had got food out to cook, and so we didn't do it. I just have to say no. I mean, who doesn't remember what happened in that, you know? Unless you've never watched it, of course, and you don't. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, even though I don't like horror. But first film I ever saw, really, well, I say first horror film I ever saw was The Exorcist. Really, the first real... I don't consider Hammer House of Horror and all those old films horrific. They were funny more than anything, and they were a little sinister to a young person, but you know, they were pretty by today's standards, they were like comedies, I guess. But you know, in the day they were frightening to some. I watched them as a child. I didn't find them frightening at all. Mind you, that could be why I'm scarred for life. I don't know. Just saying. My dad never used to let me go to bed, and that sounds weird, but he was the reason that I stayed up so late, because he used to like me falling asleep on him, and I would fall asleep, kind of cuddling up to my dad, and I'd wake up, and we'd both be sort of all sweaty, and I'd be going like this, and then I'd try and get back to sleep, but he would be where he used to breathe and go up and down. It was like I couldn't get back off. So I can remember actually going, Dad, stop going up and down. Like, I can't help it. I've got to do that. So I can remember that being, you know, way past anyone's bedtime. And that was it. He just didn't want to let me go to bed. Bless him. I watched so many things I shouldn't have watched. And then sometimes when it was really scary, I would go behind the sofa as if that could protect me. But the only thing, fun enough, that I found really, really scary in movies back then was the sound of a heartbeat. And to this day, I have a bit of a phobia. It's not massive, I get over it, but you know, I really hate when they take blood pressure, because at that point where you can feel that heartbeat, I feel really sick, and I don't like it. It's sort of the hairs on the back of my neck, just, I don't like it at all. But it's only my own circulation that I don't really like much, you know. I only get a bit queasy seeing needles in me or my own heartbeat. It's not, I've not really got that terrified hide behind the sofa thing anymore. So that's at least good, isn't it? This weekend is Formula One. It's a sprint one. I don't like them. I don't know if you watch Formula One and if you're a fan of the sprint, but I really hate them. I don't like them at all. I find them... I know they've done it to claw back some money, because during the lockdown they carried on racing, but they had no viewers, if you like, no paying customers. And I know they've done that in a way to get more money, more revenue, because they've got 2 races basically. But you get like one practice straight in with the sprint. One practice straight in with qualifying. Doesn't give you much chance to practice and use new setups or use the new tyres and see how they work out. Straight away you're in the actual race qualifier when you're not really ready. And then after that you've got a sprint, and then after that you've got the race. And I just don't like the sprint at all. I feel like this particular way they've done it this year is a little fairer, in terms of it used to be the sprint determined the race lineup, you know, the how you finished. So at least they don't do that anymore. They've got the proper qualifying, but there's not enough practice before qualifying, in my opinion. So they need to sort that out. If they sort that out, then it wouldn't be so bad. But I'm not really a fan of the sprint, even though you do get 2 races. Anyway, I'm rumbling really bad. I've I was hungry last night, but I didn't give in and I went to bed. Didn't eat at all. And I've done that for the last couple of nights. If I felt peckish, I thought, no, I'm not going to leave it. Because normally, if I am hungry when I go to bed, I can't sleep, but I'm actually managing it. I don't feel like I'm going to have any good results on the scales, though. You know, sometimes you feel, I don't know if this ever happens to you, I feel lighter, I'm going to weigh myself, and there you get this nice surprise. I think if I get on now, I'd have a nasty surprise because I feel heavy. I don't know why that is. Maybe, I know that, you know, when you're younger, you have that cycle, and then once you hit a certain age, that cycle stops. You know what I'm talking about? But I think your cycle still goes on. Yeah, the kind of thing that goes on behind the scenes where you don't get the end result. So maybe I'm just at a water retention stage. I don't know. Who knows? I don't. Possibly. So, yesterday, did my happy mail today. You will see it. I got some happy mail. I filmed it yesterday, so later on I'll just be back in yesterday's clothes. It's not that I'm, you know, thought, oh, I'm not going to wear the clean clothes after all. I'll just put the dirty ones back on. It's not that. I filmed it yesterday. It arrived before we went out, well, just before. And so I had to put it on the table and just think, oh, there's happy mail waiting for me when I get home. So I could have just did it this morning, but I know that today's film starts a lot earlier than yesterday, so we haven't really got that much time before we go out. Probably a bit more than I you know, think, but sometimes the internet is dead slow, and I'm supposed to have decent speeds now. Who is it? I don't. I have decent speeds until I don't. That's the way it is. Now, the other day, I had the blue lights on my router because that's how it signifies it's fine. And all of a sudden, my video is at 99%. And I thought, oh, good, it'll be done soon. I'll be able to, you know, choose my videos that pop up at the end, the 4. And do my last bits before I put it on. I went out and kind of made tea or something, come back, still at 99%. I thought, oh, okay. So I'd gone in to do something else, and I come back, still at 99%, and I thought there's something going on here. A little while later, I looked, 99%, and then it carried on. And I was going to Harley's birthday, so I was getting a bit stressed with it. And then in the end, I thought, you know what? Just piggyback off your phone. So I found the Smarty Mobile, which, you know, when I had all the power outage and the internet got burnt down that time, do you remember? Somebody asked, and in one of the campsites burnt all the wiring for everybody in this area, and we had no internet for about a week. Well, I had 2 mobile phones with data, and they both use O2 network. One was good, one was abysmal. And so I used the good one for all the uploading. Luckily, I had enough data on that. So I figured, you know, just dig out the Smarty Mobile and piggyback. So I did that, and it uploaded straight away. So then I just reset my internet on at home. But that's happened twice now. Maybe I just need a new box. I don't know. I need a new router box. I'll have to give them a call and see what they say. I don't like setting all those things up, though. Because, you know, if I set those up, maybe I'll have to set up the unbreakable Wi-Fi thing, and all those little doodads will all have to be set up again. So maybe I just won't. You know, can't be bothered. You know, I hate technology sometimes. Did you hear that? That was a doozy. That was. Wow, that was very loud. So today, what have we got for dinner? I think we're having a kebab, you know. Sorry, a few guys across the pond and in Canada, kebab. A kebab. A kabob. A kebab. That's so funny. That is really a funny word. Almost as funny as oregano and aluminium. It is. Kebab. It's... I used to have this boyfriend who called it wait for this, right? A kebab. And I used to think, oh, the way he said that used to make me want to stab him. A kebab. Should we have a kebab? I'm like, no, let's have a kebab. When I first met him, he used to be posh. Yeah. Come from Kensington and Chelsea, he used to be posh. And then years and years and years went by. And then we met up again and he called it a kebab. I thought, oh, the mighty have fallen. I said, well, you sound really common now. He said, that's funny, I thought you sounded posher. So, yeah, switcheroo. Destined to fail. Don't like kebab. Oh, dear. Thank goodness for Gary. He calls it a kebab like normal people. Not a kebab. But well, there's just a big emphasis on the key. It's wrong, you know. Just saying. But yeah, we probably will. I think Gary's had enough of cooking. See my card? I don't know if you can. That was a long one. It's up here. I put it up. I read it. It was lovely. Thank you very much. Beautiful. I do appreciate it. I really do. Sweetheart. I'm talking, of course, about the lovely Rebecca who sent me my happy mail yesterday. You'll see it all later on. One thing going out a lot has done is I had lots and lots of videos that were all nice and pre-recorded and going to pop up at the right time and all that stuff, and I've depleted them. I've got a Monday one, but I've got to do an open with me later, so that will probably be delayed until the week after. It's a really good book though, the one that I'm talking about, so it's worth watching. It won't be this, probably won't be this Monday, it'll be the next that pops up, maybe. If not, if another magazine comes along, I'll just either delay it or I'll put it on during the week, maybe. It's a really good one though. It is and it isn't. Don't you find that about all books? It's I know they can't appeal to all the people all the time, but sometimes they don't appeal to any people anytime, and other times there's quite a lot in that everybody seems to like. But there's sometimes they kind of have a bit of a weird way of showing them, and in this book there is a distinct way of showing. Oh, that was a silent rumble, but boy was it horrible. I'm going to need to go feed this face, but then I've got to wait for Gary to get back, really. Anything else that I need to tell you? I don't really think so. Not really been around. I still need to film this, and I'm going to do this over the weekend between watching Formula 1. So this I'll get filmed, and then that I won't pop it up at the weekend though. It won't come up then. Sorry, I've got your cups. I haven't eaten anything, so I don't know where they come from. But yeah, I will film this over the weekend, and it will come up in the week. I don't really like doing tutorials at weekends. It's a different, people are busy, and it's a different kind of kettle of fish. YouTube weekends, it is weekday. I've learnt that over the years. So yeah, but I need to do some more videos for Rocksteady, and this week is going to be a nice week. It's going to be a quite a pretty and sort of, I don't know if it's actually finishing soon. Meant to be quite a nice week, so I should have gone out and about, shouldn't I, and done a little video. I might be running out of time. Weekend there'll be holiday makers down, because now they can only really use their caravans and chalets at weekends, unless they're those ones that kind of live here until they can get thrown out. Some of them don't even go. Just saying. They don't. I know that for a fact. Seen their cars, even when the campsite's meant to be closed. Yep. I was saying to Gary yesterday, you know, when I was young, I used to love going to bingo with my mum, and then my next door neighbour Steve, we used to go quite a lot and have a lot of a giggle. I've been to bingo for many years now, and all of these little camps around here do bingo, and I can imagine if my mum was here, she would be going every single week without fail to these bingos, even though you don't win much. But I said to Gary, you know, all this bingo, I never go. Isn't it silly? I should just go. It's only probably about 6 o'clock around the corner, and do I go? No, I really ought to. Really ought to go. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this video because it might take a month to upload. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's not one of those days. But at least I know that I've got my other mobile I can piggyback. You shouldn't have to do that, should you? Really, it's really not good. Not good at all. Anyway, thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Watch out for my Happy Meal later. And bye for now.